Welcome to Kaleidoscope Toy and Miniature Australian Shepherds in Raleigh, North Carolina. We're going to start this training session off in the house. It's really hot outside. We are going to go outside a little bit with it, but what I wanted to talk with you about is the importance of teaching your dog his name. And, hey, I just corrected him for barking when I didn't need him to bark. We're going to teach him his name today. Bernie. Bernie. Come here, Bernie. Bernie. Good Bernie. Good Bernie. Good Bernie. And here's Barkley. So this is one instance when I'm going to use food. Bernie. Bernie. Now as he's eating, Bernie, as he's eating this little bit of fresh pet, this is his breakfast. Bernie. Then I'm just going to give him a bite. Barkley. Bernie. Barkley, because a lot of dogs really don't know their name. Bernie. Barkley. Bernie. Now notice he's offering the sit, but I really don't care. As long as he's not jumping and yapping. I don't tolerate either. Barkley. Bernie. This is for Bernie. Barkley. Because I'm starting to think he thinks his name is Barkley. Bernie. So you want to load that name. I'm using Fresh Pet Select, Bernie, and I want him to always have a positive association with his name, Barkley. Bernie. So you never use their name to scold. You never call them over to scold them. Bernie. Barkley. You notice I'm just saying his name as I'm feeding him. I'm not saying good or any of that. I'm trying to teach him the association between the name and the food, so that when he hears his name, all he thinks about is warm and fuzzy. He doesn't think about anything negative. Bernie. Barkley. Bernie. Barkley. All right, we're going to take this outside. Okay, I've got Bernie and Barkley outside in the front yard in the shade while we have some shade. We're going to be really hot today, so we're getting our work in early. Now he's having a pee over here. I don't know if you can see him. And when my dogs potty outside, I don't praise them or give them treats for that. The potty outside, the potty is the release of pressure. Okay, it's called relieving yourself. The dog is relieving himself, so he doesn't need praise for relieving himself. I find that praising puppies when they're relieving themselves interrupts the process, and then you go in the house and the dog pees in the house. So that's just me. But anyway, what we're working on today, because he's been running with his mom and my other dogs, is I want to separate his name, teach him his own name, and he also will probably be doing a recall. So meaning when I call his name, he'll start to run towards me, which means I'm also going to add the C-O-M-E to it. Now he is wearing a slip lead harness. You've seen me do this before. Come here. Stand up. Okay, get this mess untangled. All right, all it is it's a slip lead. Slip lead goes over his head, and then his left front leg comes through it, and he cannot be choked. There's no way to choke this puppy. But what it does do is it gives me clear communication. When I give it a little snap, he feels that. Good boy. So it's nice and loose, but if I give it a snap, he'll feel it. Now, I don't use a lot of food in dog training, but when I'm training when I'm training name, and I'm training come when they're a little puppy, I'm going to give him a little bit of food. Now this is his breakfast, which is Fresh Pet Select Puppy. I'm just going to sort of let him wander around, forget about me. Try to get him to forget about me. Bernie, come. Good. Good boy. Good come. And I don't care if he sits, stands, or lies down. He just can't jump on me. Okay, I'm not going to ask him to SIT when he comes. So I'm just going to let him wander off. This is why I like having a really long leash. Try to get him to forget about me a little bit. Get him way out there. Bernie. Bernie, come. Good boy. Good calm. He's kind of going around a little bit because he doesn't want to step on his string. You coming too, Barkley? Good Barkley. Now once I have him here, say Barkley, Bernie. So I'm getting him conditioned to his name, and his name being a positive. It's really important that you never use the name when you're scolding, or call the dog to you and then get mad at it for something that it did 100 feet over there. So when you call your dog to you, you have to praise it. I don't care what it did over there. When you call it, once you call it, you're committed to praise, because they can't understand that you're calling them to you and scolding them for something they did somewhere else. They don't have that kind of brain power. So I'm just going to let him kind of forget about me. Ow. You're going to forget about me? I need you to forget about me. I need you to forget about me and walk around a little bit. If I didn't have the camera, I'd be walking all over the place. But Bernie, come. Good boy. Now see, I didn't say come until he was coming towards me. So he acknowledged his name and he headed towards me, and then I added come. And then we added come. Good boy. What a good come. What a good Bernie. And then if he'll stay here a minute. Bernie. 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 If he looks at me for saying his name, I'll give him a little bite of food. I might just do this, 10 times or so. Bernie. And I hand him the food. Please remember, you're not saying SIT. You're not saying anything but the name. Barkley. He's looking at me. Bernie. There. Now I'll ignore. So I might do this just for, maybe 2 or 3 more times and then call it good. But I'm trying to condition. Now, I don't use food with my dogs when they're grown, as you've seen in most of my videos. And what you're doing is conditioning a response. Bernie. Hi, Bernie. So I can also do it just with praise, love, petting. Bernie. 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 Yeah, so he's learning what the word Bernie means. Got a sore finger. I had it injected yesterday. It's using the wrong hand for this, actually. Let's use the good hand. All right. Yeah. Barkley. Bernie. Barkley. Barkley. Okay. Okay. All done? I think we're all done. So I'm just going to walk him around a little bit. We're going to go for a little walk. Let's see. Although I love this. Bernie. Barkley. Bernie. Barkley. Bernie. So I'm separating his name from hers because he's been hearing her name a lot. And I don't want him to think his name is her name. So, but notice I'm not going to give him, I'm not asking for the sit. Good. Good Bernie. Hi, Bernie. Bernie. But he's offering it because I will not tolerate jumping and barking. I won't tolerate it. So his only other option is to sit, stand, or lie down. And the easiest thing to do is sit, so it just comes naturally. Bernie, come. Good. And this is how you raise a calm Australian Shepherd. You notice I keep my training really calm. These dogs bring enough excitement on their own. They don't need a hyper-animated trainer. Bernie! Oh, what a good boy, Bernie. Oh, you're such a good dog. Oh, yes. Oh, you're so good. Look at you looking at me. They can't learn anything, first of all, when you're jibber-jabbering like that I watch on YouTube. They need you to be calm. Bernie. Good. That's Bernie. Bernie. Barkley. Bernie. Just like that. I don't understand why these trainers, maybe it's to entertain their millions of viewers that are, you know, I don't understand how they get all the viewers that they get, but maybe it's for entertainment purposes, but they're certainly not training dogs. Barkley, Bernie. So this is very clear and concise to this dog. Bernie means I'm going to get food or I'm going to get affection. Ignoring it means I'm going to get a little pop on my lead. It's very simple. You're dealing with a little tiny puppy brain. Don't bring too much excitement. Don't jibber jabber. Just train them what you want them to learn. So that's it for today. It's going to get nice and hot. I think we're going to go to the lake. So thanks for watching. Bernie, come. Bernie, Bernie. Barkley, Bernie, Barkley.